Oke guys, hari ini kita balik lagi main Genshin. Tadi siang kehapus videonya. Jadi kita lanjut lagi main Genshin ya. Pokoknya tadi siang tuh kita ke Inazuma. Oke, kita ganti screen ya. Sip. Oke, jangan langsung ke gacha, soalnya bakal sesat. Oke guys, ntar sabar, gua inform dulu. Seperti biasa kita inform dulu ya guys ya. Sabar King, sabar. Sabar. Oke guys, udah ya. Jir, belum mau ganti cok. Kalau kata gue sih miris ya. Jir, belum keganti screennya. Oke guys, kita balik lagi main Genshin. Go to Connect tea house, oke. Cok, gue gagal lihat cok. Oke, kita disuruh ke rumahnya si Toma. Soalnya kita udah dapat surat yang kemarin. Anjing ngapain nyerang? Jadi kita kemarin udah dapat suratnya si Toma ya. Sabar, nanti gua apa namanya grinding offline dulu. Nanti kalau udah grinding offline kita gacha ya. Aduh, tinggi banget lagi. Gini loh guys, jadi taktiknya itu nih. Menurut gue tuh taktiknya tuh kalau naik gunung itu sabar, tunggu sampai udah mau naik ke atas baru lompat gitu caranya. Nah masalahnya komponen Tiaosa itu. Ini kah? Oke di sini guys. Oke.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to.
Wait, we're not the general public.
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlets.
Are our clothes really so?
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Toma.
Ya emang dari Toma.
It seems there's more to you than meets the eye.
Emang
In
iya.
which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Well, that sounds more like it.
Siap. Oke guys. Enter community house. Oh di sini. Oke. Gua kira di mana?
Well, now that we're here, where's Toma?
Tomanya ngimlang.
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What? Is that dog talking?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form? Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Leo at Heart?
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
Lah.
All right. I've had my fun.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister.
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long. So I came up with this.
Lah lu nggak tahu sih perjuangan gua ngelawan pandit-pandit sialan itu.
But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test you went through earlier. Though it was quite necessary. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alongside us.
Dia
Think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting all serious now.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning, haven't you? Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. So you've heard of his story. his light still burns all the more brightly.
Sehat sih.
Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission is located. But before that,
Cepetan
there
nanti
is
mau
one
ketemu
other place
Baal.
I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see it from practically anywhere on Narukami Island.
Gue sebenarnya guys, butuh jamur guys. Kalau kalian lihat sendiri nih, gue punya Toma. Nah, kalau mau Asen butuh jamur. Ini di mana? Surumi Island, coba kita cek ya. Surumi Island. Di sini kah? Ini kan Amakane Rito. Ini apa? Cok. Yang real lah, di mana, Cok? Ini bukan. Kayaknya sih ini sih. Gua butuh apa namanya? Gua butuh kayak apa namanya? Jamur tadi 3 biji. Toma gua biar bisa dipakai. Ya Allah, jauh amat lagi. Miris sih, miris. Iya, emang kenapa kalau suka Baal? Nggak. Jauh banget lagi. Apa sih lu? Oh, ini bukan ini. Ini mah sama kayak di Monster dong. Oh, beda deng. Nggak, gua nyalain ini dulu dah. Kalau di Monster itu kan patungnya Fenty. Ini patungnya siapa? Baal. Apa Yaimi kok? Ini gua nebak-nebak doang.
Sure feels gloomy. Huh?
Lah.
Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Visions.
Visions.
You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt Decree are put into this statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts.
Oke, terus
As
kenapa?
for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity.
Gara-gara
Eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma. As such, she relies on the Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma.
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt Decree, perhaps the
Nah, ini
Shogun
kameranya
believes that
nyala.
visions grant people the
Ih,
power to change.
aku nggak ngerti
And
deh.
that her
Ih,
eternity doesn't
tidak.
allow, whatever the case. And this statue of the
But if that's the case, what
only outlanders such as yourself, and yet
Oke guys, sebentar guys. Aduh,
Hey, are you okay? You look like you're...
sound.
ada kameranya.
What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something?
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then...
Aspirations? Have
Sedih
you heard it
guys.
before?
Di rate,
That
di
when a
rate.
person's ambition, that is where visions.
Di rate ya,
So
guys,
if
ya.
what you just said, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. All right, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Kami satu estate di mana lagi? Jauh banget. Males ke sana. Cok. Males ke sana, Cok. Jauh banget. Di red ya guys ya, tadi di red, sorry ya guys ya. Tadi kena red. Aduh. Jauh banget lagi. Sabar guys, tutup pintu dulu guys. Oke, udah balik lagi. Jauh banget lagi. Ya, kalau main Genshin gak nge-lag ini. Kalau main Valo nge-lag tadi. Aneh ya, padahal Genshin lebih berat dah. Oke, oke. Sabar guys. Miris. Jauh banget, Cok. Eh, Ayaka itu emang Ayaka tuh apa? Kalian kami satu. Apakah real? Kalian veteran-veteran Genshin, apakah itu real? Nih, ini tuh Yaemiko kan ini tuh ceritanya. Oh, ini apa sih? Oh, Electroculus. Oh, baru tahu. Cir, apaan itu? What the fuck? Itu kayak chasm. Ya, mati deh. Mati tenggelam. Aduh, oke keburu. Cukup ya. Keburu gak ya? Jadi malah jadi naik gunung gini. Tapi jujur ini lebih bagus daripada Liwe ya. Lebih niat bikinnya. Miris sih, miris. Masih lama. Naik gunungnya masih sabar. Oh, masih jauh. Sad banget. Sini bisa nyangkut gak sih kalau di sini? Coba ya. Nggak bisa, Cok. Ya, udah deh. Gagal. Nggak bisa. Ada angin sih di situ. Sabar. Siapa di sini cita-citanya, Cok? Aduh, dikit lagi. No, mati dah. Mati anjir. Kemana ya? Ke situ kali ya? Oh, ini ada daratan lagi, Cok, di sini, Cok. Kita nggak usah naik-naik gunung padahal anjir. Nggak usah naik-naik gunung. Ngapain naik-naik gunung? Ngobrol-ngobrolin barang-barang ini lah. Nah, itu, Cok, nggak usah naik-naik gunung anjir. Nyusahin diri sendiri. Lah. Wah, ini apaan, Cok? Tadi apa yang gua kasih? Udah lah, kita nggak usah peduli dengan itu ya. Ini sama kayak yang di Rito itu. Di Rito juga pakai ginian juga nih, kayak rumahnya sama gitu. Modelnya sama, modelnya sama ya. Terus ini gimana? Kemana? Oh, ke situ. Ayo dong, bolehin aku masuk dong. Oh, bisa langsung masuk, guys. Bacot Yara, kamu kenapa sih, Yar? Kan gua kan emang masih baru.
This is the kind of place where the
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guest. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the
Jadi-
Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she at? Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss...
Ah.
Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome
Katanya
surprise.
katanya Ayato itu
Makes sense. She's a
Ayato
secret
itu katanya
important person,
kakaknya
Please
siapa namanya?
forgive my lack of
Ayaka
courtesy
ini.
for receiving
Apakah
you in
real?
this fashion. Especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea. I have awaited at present in
Nggak terlalu
all the Yashiro, a
Iya, iya, iya.
commission's traveler. Lend us your power, and we can... Oh,
See, milady, it's just like I said.
Gue baru tahu
This will
ternyata
take us nowhere.
My Lady itu tulisannya Milady gini anjir.
no, please, wait, please. I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill
Yo.
3 small wishes on my
Side
behalf.
quest lagi.
Your wishes.
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them.
A warrior
Ya kan
guards a
mana gua
village.
tahu ya
Correct.
marganya sama kan gua kan
Please
bukan pro
do
player
all you can
Genshin.
to help them.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Iya ya. Dugret pala bapak kau lah. Oke. Aduh jauh lagi. Kenapa sih demen banget ngejauh? Oh enggak. Ada teleport. Anjir kecil coy, Inazuma kecil banget coy. Kecil-kecil gini tapi niat banget bikinnya.
Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play.
That must be the guy.
Nggak peduli. Aku tidak peduli dengan ceritamu.
Ah, you must also be here. Tejima has protected this place, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any. But now, all of a sudden, he said we will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is.
Terus
If you want my
Terus.
opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt Decree.
gue masih bingung. Kalian yang di chat bisa tolong jelasin gak Vision Hunt Decree itu apaan? Vision Hunt Decree itu sebenarnya apaan sih?
Seems like he's
Tolong jelasin satu paragraf. Tolong dong. Tolong jelasin satu paragraf tentang
Tejima.
Vision Hunt Decree. Gue nggak ngerti itu apaan. Gue nggak ngerti. Tolong jelasin apa itu Vision Hunt Decree. Tolong jelasin. Please tolong jelasin.
It's not a question of true, but that's not why. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted
Kenapa?
to leave in all
Cuman
that
ngobrol
time?
gini lagunya
I
seepik
don't
gini.
have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone. In the past, I knew I wanted.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore.
Ya Allah ngapain?
You can't. Oh,
Ya salah.
Oh yes, yes.
perfect. So if we want,
If you don't mind,
Kenapa kita malah ngebantuin orang ya? Gua nggak ngerti sih. Oh di dalam sini doang. Cuy, tolong cuy.
this looks like Tejima. Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today, I helped rescue a kid who I went kite.
Terserah deh.
I went to pray. Now that's the.
Aku tidak terlalu peduli dengan story ya. Go investigate the shrine nearby. Oh ini. Oh itu. Nah. Kenapa dia nggak baca sendiri aja diarinya? Kenapa? Hah?
So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about.
Jadi kayak si Baal itu kayak nyuruh tentaranya kayak ambil vision semua orang di Inazuma, terus kayak dipasang di patungnya dia. Kurang lebih gitu sama-sama. Enggak, terus gunanya dipasang di patungnya tuh buat apa?
But anyway,
Emang ada manfaatnya gitu.
with him all the time, there's a chance some of it.
Terus jadi gunanya buat apa gitu dipasangin di patung-patung itu gunanya buat apa? Nah ini caranya pakai elemental set di PC gimana, Cok? Halo. Cok. Anjing bedo gua mati kenapa? Oh ya tadi mati itu ya. Cok. Cara ngegunain Cok. Tolong, Cok. Ini cara pakai set apa sih ini elemental set di sini gimana caranya? Gak ngerti. Caranya gimana? Cok, help, Cok. Pencet scroll wheel, iya kah? Sesat, kagak. Cok, bantuin, Cok. Gimana, Cok, caranya, Cok? Jangan sesat lah. Oh, dipencet lama. Ini apa nih? Iya yang lama. Sorry atuh.
Here we are. This seems to be somewhere that Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Must be something pretty.
Apalagi anjir ini?
It looks like Konda Village. Sounds so familiar.
Xing Sheng Cheng Tang. Bahasa Cina.
So the reason Tejima, but he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go give Tejima
Plot
his
twist.
stuff back and
Plot
get
twist
some-
orang yang nemuin yang ditunggu Tejima udah mati adik-adik. Plot twistnya begitu nanti lihat aja. Aduh apa sih? Malah buka karakter.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary.
Salah satu ciri-ciri ini ciri-ciri orang stres.
It's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her.
Her.
Finally. And just
Jangan
look at all the
spoil
things
ya.
that did happen over the years.
Jangan spoil ya.
The time has flown by. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything I've... No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin. I think...
Oke, bagus.
Although,
Gitu
when
doang.
I think about it, how cute... I shall remain.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay. Seems it's just that certainly. At least we were.
Jangan ngomong di depan orangnya lah. Atuh lu ngomong di depan orangnya.
Kamisato, the second.
Oke, di sini ya. Tadi kita apa namanya? Kita tadi sebenarnya udah di sini tapi kita belum naruh TP di situ. Baal di atas sana ya.
Faster.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt decree. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there.
Oh.
What's happening?
Sorry ya nggak live
I'll
lagi.
ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us?
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Tenryou Commission itu apa ya?
What? We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see.
Siap bocil
This
kecewa.
is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for
Diem
himself,
doang.
I just know it. We'll
Diem
stop without
doang.
them.
Anjim,
No
diem.
one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. It's no wonder.
This must be one of the people.
Malah
Maybe
diem.
we should talk to.
Malah turu, malah diem.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me.
Lah,
But my own family can barely get by as it is. No, that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was
What?
unworthy of my vision.
cok, set cok.
And they said I was
Diambil anjir
slacking off on
visionnya.
my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were.
Ya Allah, lupa
It's
lagi.
not just that. I have this unsettling...
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I would... To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders.
Jir.
Which is why I came here in the first place.
Set, kata gua sih set
I
ya.
was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe...
Kata gua sih set.
He
Udah.
seems to be telling
Pertama,
the truth.
visionnya diambil. Kedua, rumahnya dimaling sama orang. Ketiga, diajak ribut sama orang.
Better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what... We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Siap. Siap. Ya Allah. Apa dekat. Nggak apa, setidaknya dekat.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Mampus nih, kita mampusin ya. Anjir.
We really outdid ourselves this time.
Itu dia, Won.
All those samurai houses.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be
Ini
a lot more where this came
yang
from.
tadi yang nyolong
Today's
visionin
just
juga
the
kan?
beginning. You demand.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Lah. Jir. Wah. Kalian jangan sok-sokan ya.
Incinerate! Yikes!
Eh,
Don't blink.
apa yang lain tuh cuman kroco-kroco doang tuh nggak apa-apa.
Nowhere to hide. Incoming.
Don't blink.
Tuh. Kita belum nemuin itu lagi ya, apa namanya?
Speed of light.
Apa sih tuh adventure community itulah. Easy parah, cok.
Oh, there goes all the Mora.
Iya
We
kembar.
worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you, Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal?
That little box for our freedom.
You've got a deal. Now show us what's in the box.
Huh? What the?
There's nothing in here.
Yeah.
Ayo,
Polite, but
apaan?
they all seem to be made out to the owner. We better talk. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs.
Shut it.
Ayo, apaan? Apa namanya, di mana sih letaknya sih itu apa namanya, adventure apa tuh kemarin tuh yang ada di Liyue sama itu juga one set apa tuh, mana tadi si itunya, oh ini. Gimana? Ah, bukan. Ini Wan. Ah, bukan. Ya, publishing. Yes. Lumayan lah. Ini kah?
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries.
Oh, bukan anjir.
We've got everything you need. Can I help you find some? Or perhaps there's something. Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the... However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to...
So that's how he
IOUs
was
apaan?
getting- But why did he have to purchase a usual amount?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the... And no one ever appreciated what he
No,
did.
sad
They just
cok.
complained and held him accountable.
Sad.
People's attitudes will always
Sad,
reflect
Cok.
their circumstances. In the face of hardship, no, but if you
No,
ask me,
sad
had Kurosawa
cok.
told everyone the truth about this, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, if you're still curious, why don't you go ask him your... I see. That most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses... I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell. In hindsight, why don't you
Sad
ask him about the
Kurosawa,
sword?
siapa pun namanya
but
tadi ya.
before you go...
Sad cok.
But
Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa.
at least we now know where... Let's go talk to...
Janji nggak nangis Kurosawa. Sad sih, kalau kata gue sih sad ya. Kecil banget anjir ini. Inazuma kecil banget itu. Si Rito-Ritonya aja kelihatan. Oke guys ya, Kurosawa maafkan aku ya. Aduh. Malah masak. Tapi nggak apa deh. Masakin aja nih. Lumayan. Yes. Kita revive dulu sih ini ya. Aduh, Kurosawa.
What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did those other two go?
Kecil apanya, Cok?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually.
Emang orang nggak?
Perhaps I should start using it more often.
Emang orang nggak ngap ya pakai baju-baju beginian ya? Maksudnya lihat deh, bajunya kayak gini gitu.
Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said.
Nggak ngap gitu maksudnya.
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me.
Ya juga ya. Di sana kan belum ada apa ya, mobil atau apa. Tapi ngap gak sih? Iya. Keren ceritamu, keren banget.
Hey, can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two words seem to explain taking on seemingly endless debts to make others
Shinzo
happy.
Sasageo.
I guess, but what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need.
Enggak dong, kan fresh.
The Tenryo Commission sees my
Ih,
vision, and the
tapi
irony of
iya
all
juga
this,
sih.
I'm incapable of being a good person.
Yet another
Ini spoil dong, kapan ketemu Yae Miko-nya? Tolong dong. Spoil dong. Abis ini langsung nggak? Abis ini langsung ketemu Baal nggak? Kan ini kan sisa satu lagi nih, satu orang lagi. Nah, abis satu orang ini udah selesai belum? Tolong dong berikan penjelasannya. Oh, di situ. Gak tahu Zen, aku juga skip soalnya go. Ya Allah.
The third person who had their vision taken is Paimon heard that he's the This is his dojo.
Nanako, don't worry. Since they will be those thugs that challenged the dojo were.
Sensei siapa gue mau lihat.
Maybe, but things have gotten dangerous.
It's just because he's been possessed. That's all.
Hey there.
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Don't make me draw my blade.
No, you gotta
Ini orang-orang sini tuh dikit-dikit ngajak ribut ya. Orang-orang sini tuh dikit-dikit ngajak ribut anjir.
Disciples.
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way. But then we got here and
Orang sini kayak
talking about how
dikit-dikit ngamuk, iya kan? Tiba-tiba, oh sini, lu ngajak ribut, gua keluarin pedang gua, maju lu gitu. Sekali masa gitu. Baru juga nemu.
Accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. I see you are Sensei's name, though self-taught. He once said, and so.
Ya, terserah Junya. Dia ambil visionnya.
He says the strength Junya and I have but if I'm honest,
the Grand Narukami.
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty herself.
Narukami Island ini satu pulau Inazuma ini tuh Narukami Island.
Not that we'd have any means of so don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going. The exorcism will take place this evening.
Cek, tolong dong cara dapetin jamur fluorescent jamur itu, tolong dong dapat dari mana dong? Anjir, exorcism. Emang kerasukan apa, Cok? Oke guys, sepertinya sampai sini aja guys. Gue mau turu. Makasih untuk semuanya yang udah nonton, walaupun yang nonton kayaknya cuma satu orang doang ya. Makasih yang udah nonton. Dadah.